and welcome to episode 9 of Better Than a Stick, a Savage Worlds adventure in a galaxy far, far away. Some technical difficulties caused us to lose the audio in the first part of this episode, so it's going to be a little bit shorter than normal, but I'm here to recap you on everything that you missed. On last week's episode, our heroes arrived on the snowy planet of Synta 4 to seek out the counsel of Janna and Gleebek's old friend Leoric. Leoric is able to help the team with the software portion of obtaining a new ship registry for the Hutt yacht that they recently commandeered. Having agreed to be paid in Hutt contraband that is aboard the ship currently, the party has made their way to the lower levels of the gravity hubs on Synta 4 to speak to a Twi'lek simply known as the Mechanic. But the Mechanic strikes a tough bargain and initially declines their offer. Suddenly, the deal is interrupted by a group of goons breaking into the Mechanic's workshop and opening fire. After dispatching these goons, the Mechanic tells the party that they were most likely sent by a Gamorrean mob boss in the lower levels of the hub that's been causing her trouble. She offers to install the hardware on the ship in exchange for dealing with this mob boss on her behalf. The party then devises a plan to split up, with Xena, Janna, and Halem going straight into the throne room of this mob boss, and Vesper and Gleebek making use of the ventilation shaft for a more stealthy approach. We return to our story now, with Halem, Xena, and Janna standing in the throne room of the mob boss. They're trying to negotiate with the mob boss with the assistance of his heavily modified protocol droid acting as a translator. But should things hit the fan, Vesper and Gleebek lie in wait in the ventilation shafts above.
Yeah, so our friend's Mechanic, do you know them by chance?
His Excellency asks if this is in reference to his show of strength to the Mechanic.
I think we both know the answer to that question.
Gleebek, Vesper, both of you give me either a notice, computers, or electronics check, whichever you prefer.
It's a 4 on electronics.
Go notice.
Jeez.
I got a 13.
Okay. As Xena is talking and says that, I think you both know, or you know who, or what this is in reference to. The Gamorrean stands. Doesn't grab the axe at their side, though, but they are still looming. You get a feeling of presentation. This is somebody standing in their power and trying to project it. And they speak for the first time towards you rather than towards the droid, expecting it to translate. But Gleebek, you notice that the droid, before it answers, there is just a little bit too long of a pause. It is a microsecond, the sort of thing that in the realm of a droid is an eternity. That would be an awkward pause amongst organics. With him, it is a almost imperceptible tick, but still one to somebody who knows what to look for. As the droid says to Xena, His Excellency asks, if you know, then why are we talking?
Did anybody else just notice a tone shift? Xena, you picking up on this?
I don't like the vibes.
Can I do an empathy on the Gamorrean?
What vibe checks are you picking up other than the fact the droid is conveying a hostile message?
Well, he stood up but didn't grab his axe, but the droid is conveying a more threatening message.
I will allow it.
Okay. Well, actually, if I can just mind link to Gleebek and just do a force roll.
So you're mind linking with Gleebek. That's what's happening right now.
I
This
guess
is a great idea.
Okay.
this is a terrible idea.
Yeah,
Nothing about this
give me
could
that force
possibly go
roll.
wrong.
And Janna,
14.
oh, wait, what?
14.
Oh yeah, you mind link the shit out of Gleebek. Like terrifyingly well. That's the place no one should go. I guess that means since you did that well, you actually managed to mind link to him, but keep most of the Gleebek stuff away. You put like a one-way valve and you can just like tweak it to let the little bits of Gleebek through that you need. Janna, you have been in enough fisticuffs in your time to know that the pose the Gamorrean is taking that's not a fighting stance. And Gamorreans may have their reputation for being simple brutes, but if there's one thing they know how to do well, it's throw hands. And nothing about their pose is making you think that you need to worry about throwing hands this exact second. It's a display, but it's not a stance.
Okay.
Gleebek, what's going on?
So this door with all the stuff piled up in front of it, is that just like stuff that you can't remember, or is that like a super traumatic memory? Why is the door so hot?
Let's back this up. What's going on? What's going on with what you're doing right now?
So Gamorrean is experiencing some very complex feelings regarding my friend the mechanic, and I don't know that the droid is being entirely on the up and up about that, right? The communication there. Some of this I don't exactly understand because I never had like a health class or anything like that. But there's this thing with you big people where like one person has like complicated feelings and somebody else has complicated feelings and you have complicated feelings.
Describe the complicated feelings.
Okay, so you know how like you and Vesper don't ever get along ever? It's like that, but it's different.
Got it. All right.
Because like he really wants to get along with you, and you really don't want to be seen to get along with him because he's a Jedi. And I get it. That's a job.
Xena,
But
you picking up on this?
Picking up on some weird vibes.
Did you hear what Gleebek said?
why is it so cold over here? And why is it every time you use the Force, it tastes like metal?
Tastes like metal.
Yeah.
Guys,
you can't
guys,
taste it when
hey.
What? That's
I'm gonna turn the valve down a little bit now on Gleebek.
We're in the middle of something.
I just get the feeling that what's his name? Riz wants to find out if the mechanic is a good kisser. That's all.
Yeah, that was the vibe I was kind of picking up too. All right, Xena, you know how to. You got this.
I do.
Yeah, it's a man pining after a woman, presumably, who thinks you're pining after her as well.
Oh, wait, that's the vibe.
Why is this door so cold? What's behind this one?
Valve closed.
No, I'm in Xena's brain now.
How did that? Okay.
How did you get in here?
Who let me in?
What?
There was like this hallway, and you're connected to it too. Is this your room?
All right, what should I say to this guy now?
I feel like it's probably important for him to know that the invitation that he sent to her was not well received, and that you could probably help it be better received for next time. Because at the moment,
that's actually not a bad idea.
Good angle.
Wow.
At the moment, they feel like his face looks stupid. And I think he's hoping that the vibe is not that his face looks stupid, but that his face might look snuggleable. And if that's gonna happen, then like,
Wait, so I should say that I can make it better or that he can make it better?
Tell him to tell her that his heart beats for her.
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
You're playing matchmaker. The Gamorrean wants the mechanic. He wants to know her biblically.
Is this confirmed?
I feel like this is one of those moments that Seekow's having, that GMs have, where it's like, that's not what it was, but it is now.
Y'all, they didn't have the space birds and the space bees on Dathomir.
I'm gonna bring Vesper in. He probably knows about it.
No.
No, it's really easy. We're just gonna connect his hallway to this hallway, like you did with mine. That's why I can see Xena's brain.
That's not how that works. It's not gonna. Please.
What you immediately hear is, have you ever held a microphone directly up to a speaker? That's what you get.
Pure feedback.
Yeah.
Why isn't this working? Maybe I should try again.
No.
Halem, I would like you to make a spirit check.
Phenomenal. 5.
You lose the mind link. As that feedback that hits, it actually collapses the power that you have weaved through the Force to connect living beings together. The feedback that hits from having 2 minds hitting, essentially there's a -2 penalty I did not tell you about, is enough to collapse the mind link, as something from that third point that Gleebek tried to touch was anathema. But you are no longer in the mind link, and now all of you have been, you hope not just been sitting there staring awkwardly for as long as it feels like you have. You can tell it hasn't been super long, and John, it's only been like a second or two, but long enough that the Gamorrean is looking a little pensive, and you can see the droid is measuring angles.
Where's everybody in relation to me?
I'm about to be coming in hot. So,
Okay.
I'm right behind the droid so that I can convert the droid from bad guy to good guy. Like,
Is Gleebek like working actively on the droid now, or
no, it's gonna be that, or I'm gonna chop his legs off. I haven't decided yet.
okay? Okay. I mean, am I able to relay this information to anyone, like if like stealthily, without being too obvious, or
Yeah, you
do I
could
take
do-
matters into my own hands?
I mean,
That
You
is
could
always the
do
right
either.
answer.
you could
Huh?
try to like secretly convey the message, or you could just do what you want to do. You do the most Jana thing that Jana would do.
Okay, I'm
It
gonna.
literally can't be worse than anything Halo will come up with. You might even not start a fire.
Okay, so Gleebek and I have like a pretty good communication, and I want to establish that we also have like our own like not mind link, but like Jana link, like with our
Yeah.
eyes and our hands. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
like
you've
gesture.
got that. We've been working together for a while.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I gesture to Gleebek about the droid.
Oh, that's the Jana message of he's probably going to start shooting soon. Given that it's you and Gleebek, I'm not going to require a roll.
Okay.
So, Xena, who has been the one leading this conversation with the Gamorrean,
I'm just
What
gonna clear my throat since it's we've had some
That-
awkward silence. What I am trying to say is, my friend the mechanic. I'm not a big fan of what happened, and I think that there is a way that we can make it right and make it better.
as the droid communicates your message to the Gamorrean, you know that what he said is not complex enough to convey what you said. His response was something terse and had a decided harshness to it. Did not seem to match with what you were saying. You know that from what you said, the Gamorrean is picking up, at the very least, a little bit of basic. Doesn't speak it particularly well, but can pick up pieces of it. And you know that at this point, that droid is a unreliable translator. And given the now burning ire you can see in the Gamorrean's eyes, your offer of help definitely is not what was translated to him. He looks on the verge of grabbing that axe and jumping down and splitting your head, or at the very least, trying to.
I have an idea.
As
Better
do
fuck up.
I.
We better fuck up this droid like right now. Like let's go.
I'm going to attempt a repair roll on the droid.
Do you have both?
No!
Of those
Oh.
as-
Oh,
Oh dear God! Please tell me you have a Benny left.
I have one.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna spend my last penny.
You cannot spend bennies on critical failures.
No.
Oh no!
It's the one time you can't.
Aw,
You
dang.
go to try to disable the droid or something, and because of the patchwork nature of this thing, where you were expecting the protocol droid's main processes to be, that's not protocol droid. Those are HK parts.
Oh dear God!
This is an assassin droid that's been swapped in with protocol droid parts. Not a protocol droid that's been swapped in with assassin parts. But it notices you and does not appreciate that. Yeah, Vesper. But you sitting there waiting to have the even though the droid turns around towards Gleebek, its top half simply rotating while its legs don't move, the hands dropping down to reveal two heavy blasters that are internally mounted. You have the drop on everybody.
My first thing is I'm going to jump through the sewer grate, somersault as I ignite my lightsaber, and I'm going to go for the Gamorrean's vibro axe to try and destroy it so that he can't fight.
Okay. Let's call that a multi-action penalty.
Wow. So that's a 0. So I'm going to go ahead and spend a penny.
Good call.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Oops.
It's a bad somersault. I come out a little too hot and
Yeah.
stumble through.
So I will give
I'm
you the
still
option.
gonna-
You can either take damage and attempt your attack, or not take damage and not get your attack.
I'll take the hit.
Okay.
How embarrassing.
Guys, it is not my day. Step out of bed and try again. Subs 3 in the fighting. The worst Jedi ever stands up and charges the swing with his lightsaber.
You
Completely misses.
Attempt to kick open the grate and jump. However, you basically kick the grate and it gets slightly caught in your foot as you try to jump, landing hard, 4 points of damage. I don't know if that's enough to do anything to you. As you try to swing at the vibro axe and just miss as you came up completely short with a grate finally breaking off. Did you take a wound or shaken or wound or anything?
My toughness is 5, so.
Okay, yeah. So
Can
you're
I
fine.
roll for disdain? I don't know what I would roll for disdain, but can I roll? Can I roll
Your
it? 'Cause-
disdain roll automatically succeeds critically. Yeah. But Gleebek,
I think we're just gonna use the multi-tool and see if we can't remove this thing's legs. Because in general, droids are much less dangerous when they have fallen on the ground. So we're going with that.
most things are less dangerous without legs, other than John.
Unless those droids happen to be attached to Jar Jar's foot.
I am not super great at fighting for this or that, but now at least I'm not on trend. Sure. I think I'm going to accept and spend that money that did not work out so good, and we're gonna try this again.
This is
And we're gonna see how this goes. There we go, that's much better. I got 6.
okay. Roll damage.
Oh, 15, dang.
Oh, that's nice. You swing at the droid, that low attack coming in at his legs where he's less able to defend. There is some hefty armor plating. The blade still cuts through, but it skitters across a lot of it, even as it melts and cuts. That is 2 wounds, but he does not go down.
That's right, Gleebek kicks some serious ankle.
And the droid simply points a blaster, or both of those blasters down towards Gleebek.
That was a lot of sounds.
And those are a lot of really bad rolls. Wow.
Oh, thank goodness.
That is 1 hit out of 4 shots. Wait, no, because that was going to be multi-action penalty, actually, and auto fires. Actually, it misses with all of them against Gleebek. Now watch as I roll nothing but critical successes against Vesper. Or 1 success against Vesper. And Vesper, that is 6 whole points of damage. Evidently, I can't roll particularly well either.
So I am shaken.
And then the Gamorrean, seeming kind of surprised, simply grabs his axe and also goes at Vesper. What's your parry?
My parry is a 5.
Because of the multi-action penalty, he misses then as he swings the vibro axe, just sort of clunking it into the ground in front of you.
After he eats shit and falls on the ground, and the Gamorrean just picks up his axe and is like, well, I guess I'll just finish this one off. He just raises his lightsaber to block. He goes, I was faking!
Xena, please.
So is he not on his throne anymore, or is he still on it and just
Kind
whips
of,
the axe?
Actually, no, he did walk down.
Can I just try to like use the force to like push him over?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a 5.
I'm going to call that opposed athletics. Despite the heavy push with the force, he manages to keep his footing. Jonna.
I'd like to use my laser sword.
Ooh,
Yeah,
for the first
so,
time!
lightsaber, yes, you may.
What color is yours?
I don't remember. What did
It hasn't been established in canon.
No, it hasn't. I don't think so. Pick a color for me.
We're going with yellow.
Okay, I actually, you know what? I love that.
That's great. And then we all have different color lightsabers. So that's cool.
And you were attacking the droid or the Gamorrean?
Who is closer to me?
Probably the droid.
The
Droid.
droid then. I rolled a 5.
Yes. Because he is flanked by you and Gleebek, so yes.
12.
And with that, you bring the blade down. I hate that I'm doing this, but I'm going to spend the Benny to make a circle. I'm going to fail that circle horribly, as Jonna just grabs the lightsaber that she keeps on a chain around her neck, and one hands it more like a club than a elegant weapon, and practically bashes the laser edge of the weapon halfway into the droid's torso, which it tries to turn to fend off the threat, but it's a little too late, as that turning of its torso just causes it to basically corkscrew itself and chop itself into not just 2, but 4 pieces, unfolding like a flower on a lightsaber stem.
It's so poetic.
Halem.
So how
can
much
you
of?
stop this from turning into a bloodbath?
All right. So Gamorrean's still in play.
Yep.
We're using Maritro.
Just don't mess
Oh
it up.
God, that was a 3. We're spinning a Benny. 5. That was barely even better, but all right, we'll take it.
As the Gamorrean, raising the axe up once again over Vesper, about ready to try to chop him, just falls forward and flattens on top of Vesper.
Oh, God! Can somebody help get this guy off me?
I'm coming.
The 3 guards out front who look like they were about to charge in just look at the wasted droid over at the Gamorrean. What he said. As the droid, sputtering and sparking, organics, ruining everything.
Guys, I think I can fix them.
No,
That's toxic, Gleebek.
you and I are gonna have another conversation.
While there will have to be a bit of a conversation, you have successfully turned what seems to be a intentional case of miscommunication into maybe a happier ending than it otherwise would have been. And for once, I don't think you lit anything on fire or caused excessive collateral damage.
Yes.
See, I can
Look at us
do
go.
it.
Can
We
we
have
get
grown
space
up
chickens
people.
now? Can we get some
And
space
now
fried
we
chickens?
get space chickens.
Yes.
I need a drink now.